Hi grades 3, today is Thursday, April the 22nd, 2021 and we are starting our math lesson. So let's get started. You should be looking at your workbook, review 5 still, and today we are looking at page 105. We'll be working with questions 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so let's get started. After this lesson, you will finish your mental math 17. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's look at question 10. So question 10 says a bucket filled with sand weighs 5 kg. The empty bucket weighs 200 kg. Find the weight of the sand. Okay, so let's see what do we need to do. So we know that it's going to be something about subtraction because a bucket filled with sand, so there is the bucket and it's filled with sand and it weighs 5 kg, right? There's sand in it. And then they said the empty bucket weighs 200, so that means if we take out the sand and now it's blank, it weighs 2 kg, right? So there's the sand and the bucket. It weighs 5 kg altogether. When we pour the sand out, we are left with 2 kg. That means that's how much the bucket weighs. Find the weight of the sand. So that means we need to subtract these two, right? To find the difference. How much is, what is the weight of the sand? So we are just looking for just the sand. Okay, so let's go ahead. We do know that 5 kg means 5,000, right? So we are going to do 5 kg, take away 200. So when we do that, we are left with 0, take away 0 gives me 0, 0, take away 0 gives me 0. I cannot do that because I have nothing, so I cannot give you 2, so I am going to borrow, right? I have 10 here, 10 take away 2 leaves me with 8, and I have 4 here. So that means the weight of the sand is 4 kg and 800 grams. Right? So remember to write your sentence. The sand weighs 4 kg and 800 grams. Does that make sense? So the sand weighs 4 kg, 800 grams. There. Now we are done our question. Does that make sense? Let's move on to our next question. Again, grades 3, if you think I'm moving too fast, this was question 10. If you think I'm moving fast or you're not done writing, just pause the video and then you can move on, okay? So always pause if you need more time to write down or copy. Let's move to question 8. So question 8 says, David is 4 feet and 1 inch tall. He is 5 inches taller than his brother. Find his brother's height. Okay, so we know that again, what do we need to do? We need to subtract, right? So David is 4 feet and 1 inch. So let's write down 4 feet 1 inch, right? So what do we need to subtract? So he is 5 inches taller than his brother, right? So that means we are going to subtract out of 4 feet, we need to subtract 5 inches. So we have 4 feet, right? And we need to subtract. So if we take out 5 inches, we are left with, so 4 feet take away, sorry, not, David is 4 feet and 1 inch. And his brother, so that means he is 5 inches taller than his brother. And we know that 1 foot equals 12 inches, right? So we have 5 inches over here and we have 1 inch over here. We are going to borrow 1 foot, which is 12 inches, out of this 4 feet. So out of 4 feet, if I take away 1 foot, I am left with 3 feet, right? So I'm left with 3 feet. So we know that his brother is something 3 feet. Then how many inches do we have? So we took out 1 foot. 1 foot equals 12 inches, right? So we are going to borrow these 12 inches and take away 5. So 12, take away 5, we are left with 7, right? 7, and we also have this 1 more inch. So all together, David's brother is 3 feet and 8 inches. Okay, so David's brother is, so we're going to write the answer, our sentence. The brother is 3 feet 8 inches tall. There. Okay, let's move on to our next question, which is question 12. Okay, so question 12 says, the sum of two numbers, the sum of two numbers is 240. If one number is twice the other number, find the numbers. That means we are working with 3 numbers. Because 240 and then we need to divide it to 3. So we are going to divide up our answer. So let's go ahead and let's do this. Okay, so 3, let me remove this. We don't have enough to fit 3, 3 cannot go into 2. So we are going to combine this number and make it 24. We go to our 3 times table and we know that 3 times 8 gives us 24. So we write that down, we bring it down, we are left with 0. But because we brought this down and we can't do anything with it, we are going to put a 0 at the top. Now this is a 2-part problem. So what they're saying is, so we found the first part. Okay, the sum of 2 numbers is 240. If one number is twice the other number, find the numbers. So that means we found one of the numbers. There are 3 numbers. The reason there are 3 numbers because we said one of the numbers is twice as much. So that means that makes it 2 numbers plus 1 more. So we have 3 numbers. We found out what is each number, but they said one of the numbers is going to be twice as much as this number. So what do we need to do? Our second step is 80 times 2. we go ahead and we multiply. 2 times 0, or anything times 0 is 0. 2 times 8 gives us 16, right? So one of the numbers is 80, the other number is 160. So the numbers are my sentence would be, the numbers are 80 and 160, period. These were your questions for today's math work. So 10, 11, and 12. And grades 3, make sure once you're done this work, please move to Mental Math 17. Okay? And all the very best, and I'll see you next time for a different math lesson.